Welcome to Edge Unscripted On the Floor Engage Edition. In this special edition, we're bringing you live, candid conversations straight from the show floor at AICPA Engage, one of the premier conferences for accounting, finance, and advisory professionals. You'll hear what's catching attention this year in Las Vegas, how firms are thinking about growth, technology, and talent, and the opportunities leaders see to evolve their practices and better serve clients. Let's go off script.
Hey everybody, we're here at Engage, and I'm here with Chrissy, who is the CFO of Soft Ledger. Hey Chrissy.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. All right, so I need to hear about you, and I need to hear about your company, and what are you guys showcasing here at Engage?
So we are a multi-purpose general ledger software. So we have been around for about 11 years. We actually were at the first AICPA Engage conference. Yeah,
What?
so we're like feel like the OGs here.
Yeah, you are.
But we were born out of frustration with the current available softwares in the market.
Yeah.
So our CEO, Ben, he's a CPA by trade. He was in charge of finding new software. They were on an older version of Microsoft Great Plains, and he was looking at mid-market
Great
softwares.
Plains, now that's an oldie.
That's an oldie. Oldie but a goodie, but an oldie. He was looking for, a better solution for his company, and there wasn't a lot in the marketplace. So fortunately, he has a friend, Jeff Ostrega, who's our CTO. They're college friends, and he's an excellent software engineer. And he was like, "Do you want to build this with me?" And kind of that was 11 years ago. They did it nights and weekends for 2 years, and then we kind of got into an accelerator, and they went full time in February of 2017. So that's kind of more of the company timeline. What we are is we're a very flexible, dynamic, and 100% programmable API, very open, easy to integrate in with. And one of the best things that we do, especially in my opinion, being an accountant that has worked at a lot of companies with a lot of entities, is multi-entity consolidation. So we take what used to be a very clunky process that involved booking 2 journal entries at 2 different locations, and then a end-of-month process, and we make that one simple intercompany journal entry. We're more transaction-based versus balance-based, and we're kind of the first ones to do that, really the only ones doing it like that in the marketplace. So we've kind of nailed that, and the multi-currency functionality as well. So we have half our customers, I think, are using multi-currency functionality. So we also do that in relationship to the consolidation, translation, remeasurement, all that very technical, pull your hair out accounting stuff. We do that really well.
You bring peace of mind, it sounds like.
We try to do the hard stuff so you can do the easy stuff.
There we go. Or maybe even just like the more important things.
Yeah, the more important things, that's right. Concentrate on analytics and operations, not on consolidations.
Right, yeah. So, we're on day 2, and you've been on the show floor, I assume. So what are you hearing a lot of, or what are people excited about? What's the buzz?
So I feel like the energy here is really, really good this year. I think everyone's really excited. I think there's been a lot more focus on the industry. Obviously, any industry like this, AI is a huge thing, and so that's exciting in and of itself. But I think what that's doing is bringing a new life to accountants, to everyone who's like, this is awesome. I'm going to be able to do so many more things so much more efficiently. Again, get to the more important stuff. And so a lot of people obviously coming up asking us how we're using AI, that kind of stuff. But it also it feels like even aside from AI, it's kind of brought this new energy and excitement back into accounting tools and accounting processes and all these things, whether or not it's even about AI. It does feel like it's a very energetic group here.
I agree. I'm hearing that a lot. So that's a great thing. And it was a little boring there for a while. The internet came, and then we got used to that.
I know. It feels like that. It feels like the 90s.
Next? What's next? And here we are. So
it does feel like the internet boom or something. And people are like, we don't even know the potential, and that's really exciting.
And a little scary, maybe. You talked a lot about what your company does. What do you feel really kind of sets you apart from perhaps some competition?
So what we do every day, which I think people go after problems, and we go after accounting problems, if you will. That's kind of, which sounds almost the same, but we're really focused on the people and the people actually booking the entries, and what are they doing and what's slowing them down. And I think a lot of people are more process and system based, and so every day we come in and we say, how do we make accountants' lives easier? And so that's utilizing obviously all of the same kind of stuff that people are using, but we go about it a different way, and our workflows are really geared towards that CPA is sitting there, that person closing the
Sure.
books. We just want to get you to the more important things. How do we make your life easier each day? And so we're really focused on like the actual like accountants, if you
Well,
will.
it sounds to me like you're very pliable
Yes.
and flexible and agile, right?
Yeah,
Like with all the
exactly.
API that you have going on
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
connections and everything.
yeah,
So
and that's actually speaking of like the first conference here that we went to. Our original slogan, which we sometimes find little sunglasses or something that have it on there, and we're like, oh, don't you? Was the anti-ERP, and because how we see the world, I think now with AI is especially growing, is like kind of a hub and spoke model where your general ledger should really be like the center, but then it shouldn't slow down all your other stuff that you have going on, all your other operations, any other systems that you need. And so being able to just kind of program into that, which now is so much easier with AI, and people can build all this software so quick. So it seems like it's like that vision that we had is now starting to become like a reality, and that's really exciting for us, and awesome to see everyone being more efficient and just really utilizing the tools to their full potential.
Yeah, that's great. And if you're not doing that yet, you better hurry up.
Get on it.
You better hurry up. All right. So, what do you hope to get out of this conference this week? I mean, you're meeting a lot of people, obviously.
Yeah, I'm meeting a ton of people, and new problems to solve is really the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because you go in, you think you kind of like get it, and then there's so many. The thing that I love about accounting is it's limitless to how much you can learn, how many problems you need to solve, because every single industry has a different codification standard, right? Sure. And then like every company is different and views those differently. Like it's much more like law than like a technical thing, because it's really gray, and there's all these like different kinds of ways people are like doing things within GAAP and the correct codification, but that you didn't even think about. And so hearing all these different issues of like, well, I need this software to do that, but then I also need this other one to do this, and I'm like, I never heard of that before. So it's just coming up with all these new problems.
You're gonna be so busy.
I know. I can't wait.
You and Ben and oh my God, the whole team.
We're excited.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're learning. You're learning a lot about new challenges or problems that you get to solve.
Sure.
So next year when we meet up, I'm expecting to hear how you solve those problems.
Well, I'll have the list and the checklist of how we did it.
All right. Well, we'll have to keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, Chrissy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
For coming
Appreciate
on the
it.
podcast, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.
Thanks. You too.
Hi everybody, welcome to Engage. I'm Amy Juers with Edge Unscripted, and here I'm with Danny, the co-founder and CEO of PunchCard, formerly Agentic. So, Danny, you changed your name and caught me off guard. So tell me, how did that happen? Like what drove you guys to change your name?
Absolutely. Thank you, Amy.
And congratulations, I know how much work it is. So.
Thank you. So I wrote a research paper in 2020 on the design trend that I thought was going to influence the next 5 years, and I wrote it on agentive design, and that's AGENTIVE, and it's the concept that technology should do work for you, on your behalf, without you necessarily need to manage it constantly. So I talked about how, like the Roomba, the robotic vacuum, you give a job and it goes and does it for you without you having to constantly monitor it. Now, technology needs to act as your agent on your behalf, and that was in 2020. When I started Agentive in 2023, I wanted to name the company Agentive as a signal for the product goal we have, a goal that can help you do your audits without you being physically present, monitoring it constantly, but you can give it instructions, it'll do work for you on your behalf. And then in 2023, which is when AI started really taking off, the term agentic, so that's AGENTIC, started to become popular, and now, as we walk through this conference, every single booth says that their product is an agentic platform.
Right.
And I feel like the word agentive no longer differentiates us. We've had a vision to become agentive, and we've accomplished that, but now we need a word that we can own and control that is not a trend that is being confused. So we bought punchcard.com, and we're bringing punch cards back to the accounting profession, which is really—
Wait a minute, what?
So punch cards were first used to automate accounting entries, from timesheets to journal entries. It automated the books. Automated the books in the early 1900s, and they were the first workflow for accounting. And now punch cards are going to be the individual discrete items you need to get an audit done, whether it's a client that needs to fill a request, an auditor needs to get an audit procedure done, or an agent's going to do work on your behalf. Those discrete pieces of work are punch cards, and together they make up your audit in our system, punch card. So that's what we do now. So you can send your client a punch card and help them complete the audit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like the old punch cards
No.
that we used to take.
No.
No, that's how I was kind of having fun
Yeah.
with it. But when people hear that, they understand what it means.
Yeah.
And now you're telling us that it's a smarter, easier, more automated,
Yeah.
agentic
Yes.
kind of operation that the clients are going to definitely take advantage of. So when you're in your booth and you're talking to people, like what are the biggest problems or what are some of the recurring themes that you've been hearing from them, and how do you guys fit into the picture to help them? You kind of explained it a little bit, but maybe there's some things that are just kind of bubbling up now where it might not have been talked about a year ago.
So what's really changed in the past year is everyone's building agents now. We've been building agents since 2023 for audit, but now everyone's building agents, and the tools that you give an agent that can now do work on your behalf have become infinitely more powerful. Agents have become so much more knowledgeable, and now when you're using Agentive or Punch Card, and you're working on giving an agent a task to do an audit procedure, you can take the work you did last year, like an Excel workbook of an audit procedure, put it into a Punch Card, and it will learn how you did the audit, ask you a few follow-up questions,
nice.
and then do it on your behalf with much higher quality accuracy on first run.
Sure.
And it can now ask you better questions when things are ambiguous,
Sure.
but it can execute it really well. And so the quality of work done by agents has gone up and to the right, and we're ecstatic. It's the bet that we've made since we founded the company.
Right.
And showing people what our agents can do and how it really makes the auditor a superstar, especially young auditors that may not fully understand the audit profession yet. Our agents can guide them to the right direction as long as they can identify what assertions they're testing for the account that they're testing. Our agent makes them fantastic auditors with well-prepared documentation as it guides them guides them through doing a high-quality audit procedure.
Sure.
And so some of our customers, let's say they spent last year 10 years on revenue testing. This year they're spending 3, but they're spending most of their time on professional judgment because the agent handles execution for them. They can focus on the professional judgment, flagging inconsistencies or things that aren't exactly clear, but every single piece of detail is fully reasoned through with a report for the auditor on what the agent thinks should be done, but cited back to source documents and putting the auditor in the driver's seat on whether or not those assertions were met for the account that they're testing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fabulous. I mean, and luckily I do I study AI constantly, and obviously you do too, and you've been in it much longer than I have. I just feel like things are moving so fast nowadays, changing so rapidly. I mean, just today, Anthropic released, I can't remember the name of the software.
Plot 5 Mythos or Fable.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, you guys slow down, I can't keep up. So it's really empowering to hear that your company you guys are at the bleeding edge of that, if not even leapfrogging, because you've been talking about this for years. That's basically the premise of what your company was built on. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I started my career as an auditor at EY in 2014, and I quit after 6 months because I didn't feel like I was using much professional judgment. I was doing work that I felt like machines should do for me, but the machines couldn't do the work at the time.
Right.
And so I ended up spending 7 years at EY, 6.5 in management consulting, building products for different companies with engineers and designers. And then I joined Facebook and worked on augmented reality and virtual reality as a product manager. But when AI came out and GPT-4 went into ChatGPT in like April or late March 2023, that's when I realized that AI was capable to do auditing. And I've been thinking about this problem ever since I left auditing.
Great.
And now we're back and solving it. And honestly, test of details is dead. Like control testing is largely dead. Like you can give it to an agent, and the work that I did for 40, 50 hours a week out of my 60 during busy season is now automated. And that brings me great pleasure and joy that I have contributed to making the audit profession more enjoyable for first-year auditors and for clients who are being audited. And that is a ton of fun. So now we're continuing to think really big on how can we simplify more of the audit process and make it higher quality of an experience for auditors and clients, and even for peer reviewers. They have the information they need to do the peer review quickly. And it's
That's
just a ton of fun to come back and fix the profession that I felt like needed to be better. And my next goal is to have auditors make more money as technology helps them be able to scale. I want auditors to earn higher salaries and enjoy their jobs more.
Well, I bet you there's a lot of auditors out here that are really glad that you had that experience back in 2014, because now look at what you're bringing to them. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, thank you. And I enjoyed the relationships with the people there, but I just kept thinking, this should be automated. I can't believe it isn't. And luckily at EY, I was able to spend my time building technology for clients that gave me the skills to then go to Silicon Valley and then start this company. And so I'm forever grateful that the public accounting profession and EY gave me the start in my career that has taken me to where I am now, full circle back to serve them.
All right, are they a client?
We're working on it. We're working on it. Great relationships with the firm. They move very slow, and they always think they can build the technology themselves.
Okay.
And maybe they can, but we'll be there to support them when
they're
when the
the
time is
phone
right.
rings, or the email, or Slack, or whatever.
We have ongoing conversations.
Well, that's great. Good for you. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like things are going great for you. And so one last question is, like, what do you hope to get out of the conference? When you go back to your desk or wherever you're working from, what's that one thing that you really want to say, yes, this was a great conference because of X, Y, Z?
So mostly it's relationships. It's finding people who are excited about the same things we're excited about. It's talking to current customers. I did an internship when I was after my junior year in college, and I bumped into a girl who's now a partner at her firm that I interned with. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I bumped into people that I've been meeting for the last 3 years, current customers, people that are working with us, and it's just fun to see how people are doing and build relationships with people that are trying to solve the same problems and have those problems, and mostly relationships. So we're looking for how we can help more auditors and really enjoying the networking. Yeah.
Because jobs are changing.
Yeah.
And we have to keep up. So, well, I thank you for all that you're doing for the industry and the profession, and for spending this time with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your conference, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you so much, Amy. And if anyone would like to check us out, we'd love to talk to you and see what you're up to. You can visit us at punchcard.com. Would love to meet you, and thank you for the conversation, Amy. It's been wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.
Hi everybody, Amy Juers with Edge Unscripted, and I'm with Heidi with Engineered Tax Services. Hi Heidi.
Hi Amy, it's so nice to be here. I'm excited to do this.
We're at Engage. The halls are buzzing. There's a lot of people here. I think it's a record attendance. Have you heard? Or?
I have not heard, but this, I've been coming here for, I think this is 14 years.
Okay.
And it's always an amazing event. And so it's always well attended. I love this location at Aria.
Yeah.
And so, it's always amazing. Halls full of accountants.
Okay. Do you stay here, or what hotel do you stay at?
So I'm a little on the unique side because I now live in Las Vegas.
Oh, you do?
So I get to drive home and drive to Aria every day.
Okay, all right. I know. Okay, well, I usually would stay here, but I'm over at Vidara, which is right next door.
Yep.
And I have to say, I like gambling. I don't gamble a lot.
Yep.
But it's just quieter. There's no casino.
It is a beautiful hotel.
And my room is huge. It's gorgeous. Anyways, all right. So, but I don't get to go home in my own bed tonight, which I kind of miss.
Yeah,
but,
it's one of the perks of living in Vegas
right?
now.
All right. That's very cool. All right. So tell me, you guys have a booth.
Yep.
What are you showcasing at the conference this week?
So I kind of wear two hats, so it's interesting how it correlates with what you're doing. I hold the seat of being CMO, or Chief Marketing Officer, and I'm really a tax technical person. So I have a master's degree in tax. I joke I'm a reformed accountant. So I head up both of those roles with Engineered Tax Services, and ETS is a specialty tax services firm. So we provide cost segregation and R&D credits, energy incentives, but we actually have a whole other portfolio specific to servicing CPAs.
Oh, wow.
And so we do a lot of leadership coaching and training for up and coming future partners. We also acquired Inside Public Accounting and the Rosenberg survey, so we do the benchmarking surveys for CPAs, so they can kind of understand where they are in the market, how they compare against their peers. And the data is really useful for really helping support the CPA industry, firm growth, but adding then with the ETS services, auxiliary services, so that they can kind of add advisory in as secondary services without having to hire staff to do some of those more technical types of things.
Yeah, I suppose how long has the survey been around?
So Rosenberg survey has been around, I think, for 23 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So thinking about, I'm just in my head going as a CMO myself, or a fractional, how can we use all that data to really tell us the story and help predict what's coming down the line.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that's just incredibly valuable information for all of your team and clients.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, data is power.
Yeah.
And it's like now the game changer is AI, because AI allows us to have all of the data, but now I think we can understand it better.
Oh, yeah.
And we can understand it more quickly, and the same rings true with marketing.
23 years of historical survey data and come up with a conclusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Not me.
Right. Well, and doing the surveys is like a very tedious process. So this is not like a nice little online survey you do. I mean, these are digging into a firm's weeds with billable hours and hourly billing rates and a lot of data.
Right.
So AI in every single piece of our business, from marketing to sales to analyzing data to creating SOPs, it's unbelievable how it's shifting. I love it. I think there's a lot of fear around it, but for me, I feel like personally, this has been the most exciting last year of my career, because of how much I feel like I can do and accomplish in such a short amount of time.
Okay, but
can of worms.
And I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
But I find that I thought it would take work off my plate.
Yeah.
But I find I am more busy now, just because there's so much more that I know I can do and get into. And my poor team and my poor family, they're like, stop with all the AI. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, right. There is something addictive about it, because you definitely can start these projects and then you're just deep dive, and it just keeps taking you in deeper and deeper. And then some of the data that it does create, or the proposals, the ideas, the concepts that it will generate are sometimes overwhelming. So I definitely, I find
you gotta
times,
know when to walk away.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I actually went through an exercise with AI where I was saying, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed, I'm working extensively, I'm having a really hard time with the work-life balance and how to manage all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was peeling back that, it's so tempting to drill into all of these initiatives, but that ultimately, remember to focus on the highest and best use. You set your 3 goals or priorities, and that has to be it. You have to force yourself to stop there.
Yes.
And say, I'll table these other things for another time. Because to your point, I feel like we can do more. And I know that I personally have been, I think, putting a little bit more pressure or responsibility on my team and my staff. Because I think in a way I sort of expect them to do more. Because I'm like, well, now you have AI, just put it in there.
I might need that prompt from you. My team would say, get that prompt from her.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on the show floor, people are coming up to your booth, what's the common theme? What's the common question asked, problem? What are you finding is reoccurring and important?
Probably a couple things. I mean, I think having been here so long, this show is interesting for us because we make a lot of good new connections, but I think more of it is just connecting with people that we work all throughout the year with.
Sure.
And even meeting people that I have worked with and I've never had a chance to meet in person.
Nice.
So it's really fun being able to see people, meet personally, catch up and connect. But even though we're specialty tax, AI is like the overarching discussion. And I'm working on an article right now with Accounting Today about cost segregation, one of our main services, and AI. All of a sudden in the last 10 days, we've started to have clients say, well, AI performed a cost seg study for me, so I don't need you guys, but I'd like to have you sign off on it. But the reality is there's a vast difference between high-level planning and strategy versus actually completing something really technical.
Sure.
And so that's been a big discussion for us, is continuing to educate people, both consumers and CPAs, advisors across the board, on it's so important that we understand the meat of things, that we understand the depth and the details, because AI is fantastic, but it's like, I feel like it supports certain activities and projects, but even though I hear people saying, oh, you can just build an AI agent, it'll do all this stuff for you, I don't think it will. I think I don't see it replacing all of the people in my team. I don't see it replacing my staff.
I agree.
I see my staff being able to use it to expound what they're doing, but we are still needed and required to do the things we've always been doing. I foresee that in the accounting industry as well. It empowers and it optimizes, but it's not doing all the things. And so those are that is an ongoing conversation, it seems like, with everybody.
Yeah. It's great up to a point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or for certain things.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Mm-hmm.
A year from now, what are we going to be talking about?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, one final question is what do you hope to get out of the conference? You already said one thing was meeting people that you've been talking to over the year or whatever else. Is there anything else that you really hope to, when you get back to your desk, go, wow, that was amazing?
For me, we are mostly remote now.
Oh.
And most of our clients are remote. I love being able to see people face to face, have a meal, have lunch, have dinner, have a conversation, and just connect personally. For us, the event is always just having our brand there. In marketing, brand awareness, name recognition, I think is very important. So it's just important to be here to show the industry that we're supporting the industry and that we're here, and we're investing and sponsoring to support shows like this, CPE. But ultimately, if I can bring the whole AI thing full circle,
sure.
What will never go away is the need for human interaction.
Oh, yeah.
Even as an introvert, I am an introvert.
I don't believe that, by the way.
I work from home, and it is amazing to have FaceTime with people and meet in person, see people connect, and just get to know each other, on a real world level. So, you know what? If that is the whole premise of the show, it is totally worth it.
Well, you're obviously rocking it. So, congratulations on all of your success.
Thank you.
And helping educate the industry too. I think that's so important. Writing articles and whatever else. So, hats off to you for helping people.
Thank you very much.
Along the way, because there's a lot going on right now. It's hard to get your arms around it. So.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, Heidi. Well, thank you for your time on Edge Unscripted. I really appreciate it, and have a good rest of your week.
Okay, it's been so nice to chat with you. Thanks.
Hi everybody, Amy Juers with Edge Unscripted. I'm here with Michael Turner, the CEO of Validus. Michael, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so, all right, tell me a little bit about your company, and also I want to know about you. What's your background? How did you get here?
So, why don't I start with me?
Yeah.
I started my career in management consulting. I did it for 15 years, got made partner, and then I found out I wasn't a very good partner.
Oh.
So I wish I'd have learned that before jumping through those hoops.
Darn
But well, you live and learn.
Yeah.
But I always felt during my career that you needed data to make decisions. When I was giving advice to companies, I always wanted to make sure it was grounded in facts.
Sure.
So when I was looking for my next role, I always wanted data to be at the heart of it, and hence why I've spent the last 5-6 years in data industries. And that's what Validus does. So, CEO of Validus, we are a data company. We help accountants get data from their client's ERP system, QuickBooks, Sage, Xero. We extract it, we standardize it, and then we plug that into the systems they want us to plug it into. So, a caseware, a field guide, a Thomson Reuters, the systems of records, we plug all that data in.
Wow. Okay, so how did you end up with that through your consulting life? You're like, okay, there's a gap here? Or
I actually took over from some of the founders. So the founders were a bunch of CPAs who were fed up of having to stay up late, or their juniors stay up late, cleaning Excel files. They'd get in GL files, TB files that were horrible. I don't know if you've ever seen a QuickBooks Online file. You'd think a modern package would make the output useful. No. It's a nightmare. It takes about 5 to 6 hours just to clean it, let alone the chasing back and forth. And they went, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
So they created this software. Arguably, it was too ahead of the time. Back in 2017, there wasn't even a role of data engineer. That job title now that is obvious everywhere didn't even exist back then.
Wow.
So they started building this thing, and then I think in the pandemic, when people realized that actually digital signatures, sharing of data came about, it started to really take off. And then I think we've started to see a second wave in the last 6 months with all of the evolution of AI,
Sure.
which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yes,
but that's been a big,
you got
big
me
change.
chomping at the bit
Yeah,
for more.
exactly.
Okay. Yes, so let's talk about that. I mean, as long as you brought it up, I didn't bring it up.
I mean, it would be remiss,
The
I'm sure,
elephant in
at
the
the
room.
elephant in the room, the 300-pound gorilla.
Right.
So, I think what we've seen in the last 6 months, and is in every session here at the conference, has been that AI has moved from just a chat interface that occasionally hallucinates to actually the way you orchestrate work. And there's lots of divergent thoughts on the best way to do that, but I think it's very clear that AI is going to be doing work with humans reviewing it. That's the future. How, where and how and exactly the mix till TBD, but there's been some amazing sessions about that. And I think the reason we feel really excited about that is for great AI, you need great data.
Yes,
and
you
that's
do.
what we provide. If you put, SHIT in,
Yeah.
you get the same thing out. So
Oh, no, it's garbage in.
garbage in, sorry,
out.
yes. You can tell I've had too much caffeine, been here for 48 hours in Vegas.
And I think someone told me yesterday, they pump oxygen into the air.
They
Is
need,
it true?
I have heard that. I've also
And
heard
so then you got
no
the caffeine, you got
clocks, no daylight, just it's all about the excitement.
Oh, yeah. All right, so it sounds like you're definitely leveraging AI in your systems and you're ahead of the curve. So when you're in your booth
Yep.
and you have visitors come up, like what are they talking about? What are they asking about? Like what's the latest things on their minds?
I think speaking with most CPA firms, I think I see two things happening. The first one is probably them being overwhelmed. There is so much happening so fast. Previously, you had a year to 2 years to make a decision, to figure it out. You could do an annual training and then you'd be up to date with it. Now, things are moving so fast that many CPAs are overwhelmed. They're almost scared of taking a step because in 2 or 3 months' time, that might be the wrong step. So I think the profession is going to have to learn to be a bit more agile, a bit more adaptive to
That's
change.
so hard for people. It is.
I was part of a partnership, change management. We loved giving that advice, taking it ourselves.
Yeah.
Hardest medicine. And I think it's been clear that the people here, obviously what Engage brings are the innovators, the people that want to change in the firm. It's about how do they take that mindset back to their firms, back to their practices. I think that's going to be really interesting and that they're trying to figure out what to do.
Right.
The second thing I think that we're seeing is that I used to hear people saying, right, we're going to roll out to the cloud in 2029, we'll start the, 3-year cycles. Everyone is now going, holy moly, we need to make that decision now because if we don't get all of this change happened in the next 6, 12, 18 months, we're actually going to maybe be left behind. Because in 18 months, I mean, there's a whole new, I don't know if you've heard of the new CPA firm that's come out called Oath. They're founded by a bunch of CPAs, but also tech guys that want to do it from the ground up with AI as the methodology. They've got one of the ex-PCAOB regulators, one of the heads to join them. They think 80% can be automated.
Wow.
And they're doing it now.
Wow.
They've got a number of clients that they're doing audits for. That's where these big firms they're overwhelmed, but they also know that the idea of waiting to 29, those timelines no longer exist.
No, they don't.
And I think, yes, we might be at the peak of some of these cycles, but I think it's going to come to a head very soon.
Yeah. Faster than we ever imagined or wanted to.
Or want it to, for sure. I mean, I was a little bit of a skeptic until 6-7 months ago, and then the launch of Claude Cowork showed me what the future of agent flows are and how it works. And I'm probably a bit of a believer, evangelist now, whatever the word is.
Yeah.
I always thought it was useful, but in very specific circumstances. Now, I really think we are going to see a big change in the way humans work. I think the last one was, email and internet. That really changed how humans worked.
Oh, yeah.
this is going to be that on steroids.
Yes, I agree.
Because of the speed that it's
It's
happening.
unbelievable how things have been changing so quickly. I mean, you just learn one LLM, one software AIs, and then a new version comes out, and you're like, wait, what? Where do I go now? So
Yeah.
it's overwhelming. It really is. All right, so last question.
Yeah.
What do you hope to get out of this conference? Like when you go back home,
Yeah.
what do you want to say? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I went because of whatever that is.
So, as with every conference, it's the people.
Yes.
America is a very big country.
Yes.
I travel a lot in it. We do most of our business out here, but this is the one time that all of the key players, both clients, partners, competitors, all of these people come in one place.
Yeah.
And the ability to hear new ideas, be challenged of your thinking, that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
And so far it's delivered. I mean,
right.
I actually think it's been one of the best yet. I
Oh
think
my goodness.
the momentum and excitement, I think because of that pace, people are no longer delaying decisions. They know they need to act now. And when everyone knows to act and everyone's pulling in the same direction, that you can feel that in the room here.
A lot of energy.
A lot of
A lot of
energy.
energy and revitalization in a way,
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a little bit of intimidation or fear, but you just gotta go. You just gotta.
My single biggest piece of advice
Yeah.
is to try it.
Yeah.
You've got to try these things. Do it on your personal life.
Yeah.
We were just talking before we started filming about some of your vacations or
Yes.
planned vacations. I was in Paris recently. I got Claude to write me a walking tour. I got it to interview me, ask me what I like,
Yeah.
propose it, and then I got it to put it in Google Maps for me. So then
Oh
I
my
could just
goodness.
get the dots on the phone. That's a really simple way of thinking about agents. The agent interviewed me, then a different one researched the internet for things I'd like, a different one wrote it in Google Maps, a different one took over my browser. If you're doing things like that's using agents. And
Yeah.
doing it in your personal life is almost a safe space to try it in.
Absolutely.
Before going, oh, what happens if I get it wrong? And yeah, of course we need to be very secure in the way we treat data, but I think try it in your personal life.
Yeah.
Pick a task and ask the AI or the LLM how you think it should do. So I always just say, I want to do this, how can you help me?
Sure.
And it will list some ideas.
Yeah.
It's the best educational tool you can have out there because it doesn't get bored, it doesn't get impatient, it will tell you how it thinks you can improve.
But sometimes it doesn't stop.
Yes, I do slightly fear I'm going to have an AI burnout at some
It's like,
point.
ooh,
but
I give you this, but I can give you this too. You
Yeah.
want this? And I'm like, well, yeah.
it's a skill to learn.
Yeah.
And I
It's
think
interesting.
in the same way people say, oh, is AI going to replace junior staff? No, I think in the same way people said that when Excel or Lotus Notes came out. Does that mean we don't need
Right.
people doing 10 key? I think this is just going to change the skills that we look for in the industry and how people work. There'll be new job titles. There was a great talk from the Field Guide CEO this morning where he laid out his 4 roles that we're seeing come up at CPA firms that have never existed before.
Wow.
So I think
I need
it's
to tune
really,
into that and see what they are. That's interesting.
it's for the
reality.
insights you get
It's a
coming to the conference.
All right, Michael, you've been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to take you up on that tour guide ideas offer, so we'll keep in touch.
Always there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And if you ever want to come to Minnesota, if you ever come
Twin
to
Cities,
Minnesota,
here we go.
I will do the
Minnesota
same.
is the birthplace of one of my idols, Bob
What?
Dylan.
Oh, Bob, I thought you were going to say Prince.
No. I mean, very good as well. 2 great musicians, but
There we go. No,
I'm
but
more
Bob
of the
Dylan.
60s,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
No, we love Bob Dylan too. All right, well, thank you again. Appreciate
No
your
worries.
time, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your conference.
You too. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Amy Juers from Agent Scripted, and I'm here with Ram from Anchor.
Hi
Ram,
everyone.
how are you?
I'm all good. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me. Hi everyone.
Yes, so here we are at Engage, and this is how many years? 3rd year, you said?
This is our 3rd year and it's actually a great conference.
Yeah, what's different about last year versus this year? Like, what do you know?
I feel that everything is about AI. People are super engaged in looking how to change their practices. Doesn't matter the size of the firm, they're looking how to increase their use of AI in automations, which is a big improvement from last year. A lot of new vendors that we haven't seen for a long time. And I think the industry is in focus now, tech-wise and M&A-wise, private equity, everything. So great time for accountants.
Yeah, and so what are you have a booth, right?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? Like, what's your big news? What's the big wow factor?
So I think that for every accounting firm, doesn't matter the size, one of the biggest pain points is running the business and getting paid and agreements, and that the tax stack is completely broken. We've been working for 5 years. We have over 3,000 firms today that we completely automate their agreements, billing, collection, payments with zero AR. And as we're pushing up market, we're actually customizing everything for bigger firms.
Nice.
So we literally take that pain away, doesn't matter how they work today, and the results are amazing. Just had a customer yesterday told us that we decreased his fees price by 90%.
No way.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
You're making a big difference. So when you are looking at these bigger enterprise systems, maybe even for those smaller firms, like what are they needing? Like what's the ask?
So from us is to get cash flow certainty, reduce the friction with the clients, have a partner in place in everything that has to do with running the business, and integrating to the current and future tax stack as it changes.
Sure.
And another ask is, how do you use AI to help increase revenue, find revenue opportunities, help with churn risk of customers. So we're developing agents for the past few months that we started releasing with our MCP and others that really help increase the revenue within the firms.
Okay, so give us a little inside scoop of like what that looks like. Like how does that work in action?
So in action, we have an average firm with 200, 500 customers. Each customer has its own needs. In terms of the regular product proposals, agreements made for conversion and maximizing the contract value and all the control and flexibility they need. In terms of AI, things change in the business. They have, we're connected to their LinkedIn, we're connected to their website. We see what changes, and we actually prompt our customers on, wait, you can offer them this service for advisory.
Nice.
They're looking for new employees. They opened another store, maybe offer them logistics, or they're looking for funding, or I saw that, and it's things that are hard to keep up.
It sounds like it's kind of like you're taking
away. Sounds
away
like the future.
The future, right? Yeah, things coming, bringing it to you.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't have the time to go out and look, or maybe I don't want to say it's above your pay grade, but you know, it's something that is so important, but it's probably one of the lower things on their list of priorities of things that they have to do.
We also
so
look
you're
at
taking that work away from them, but giving them something that is proactive and helps you grow.
Yeah, and they just don't do that today. We also look at the whole stack. We can tell you, you never increased this customer's pricing in the past 3 years, or you're doing too many hours and the profit is lower here. You should do this, you should do that.
Nice. Sounds really intelligent. So obviously AI is a big part of your future.
Yeah. I think for everybody.
Yeah, and so when you're in the booth and working the show or whatever else, when clients or customers or potential customers come up to you, like what are some of their biggest pain points? You know, and how do you solve those problems?
So if we move a step away from so if we look at Anchor, their biggest pain point is cash flow certainty. Again, I think what we talked about it, but friction with payments, the tax stack, the integrations, that's completely solved today for any size of firm, for any tax stack built.
Nice.
Okay, that's the easy part. I think that a lot of firms today are looking to implement AI in different ways, and there are so many products they can use, and it's really hard to choose from.
Sure.
So I think the research and understanding each product and how it fits their technology and how they fit the specific way they work in their processes is super important.
Right. And it sounds like you have the team and the knowledge and the expertise to be able to come in and assess what they're doing and then come back to them with that custom enterprise type solution. And that's so invaluable. And as
Thank you.
I think what really struck my mind was there's so much to look at. And it's also changing so rapidly. Like, how do you get your arms around this, this octopus with 8 arms? So, yes, all right.
But I think what's important, I'll just add it before we finish, is that it's important for accountants to understand, and I've been talking with our customers about it and prospects. It's the same in all the industries. For developers, for medical, for pharma, for cyber, everything is changing. The future is hard to foresee and understand over 6 months what's going to happen next 2 years. So the market is changing for everybody, and accountants are not alone in this.
No, you're so right. You're so right. Okay, so one last question. What do you hope to get out of the conference? Like, what do you want to have to be your biggest takeaway?
We're always looking for additional people to help. We started the business. We didn't talk about my background at all.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Yeah,
no,
which is perfect.
Bring it.
So I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I've built 5 companies. I had the privilege of getting acquired and taking a company public, and I've been doing this for a long, long time. And when we started Anchor, the vision was how we can help real people.
Nice.
We decided with accountants, I love this industry mostly because all the people here are service providers. They like to help people. They care about their clients. It's super specific for this industry. You don't see it in other industries. It's not all about the money. It's all about the clients, and we're here with the same attitude of where I was also an accountant and I had my own service providing business. So we're just looking how to help more and more people.
That's awesome. Yes, you've been there, done that. You've experienced what they have to go through every day. So I think that brings a lot of value to what you're building and continuing to build. So, all right. Well, Ram, thank you for your time today. You've been an excellent guest on the podcast, and go stop by their booth or check out the website. I don't know if this will get out in time, but hey, we're doing what we can. So spreading the good word. But yeah, congrats on all your success.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Hi everybody, Amy Juers from Edge Unscripted, and I'm here with Sarah, who is a General Manager of Audit Insurance. Sarah, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. Thanks
and
for having
MindBridge
me.
AI, we can't forget the company name, so yeah, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so here we are at Engage, and it's day 3. And how are you feeling so far?
It's been long. We sponsored the golf tournament, so we've been here since Saturday.
Oh, wow.
It's a long time in Vegas.
Oh, wow. All right. Did you get to play?
No, I was at the table. I let our teammates go ahead and play. So we had some golfing, some sponsoring. Yeah.
I do, some people call it golf. I don't know what I call it, but I do get out on the course every now and then. So anyways, all right. Well, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So here at Engage, tell me about MindBridge AI and how you guys fit into the marketplace.
Yeah, MindBridge has been around for almost 10 years. This is our 4th year at Engage. We really focus on quality and efficiency for the audit, which is probably what most vendors would say when they're talking about audit.
Yeah.
The way we go about it is that we analyze 100% of the transactions, surfacing and identifying anomalies in your ledger so that you can do a data-driven risk assessment across your audit portfolio. We really are about the intelligence layer, and then we want to connect to the execution layer. A lot of people here who are vendors are really about execution, but really about surfacing the intelligence below it.
Okay, so when you are talking, like in the booth or wherever, at the golf tournament, when you're talking to clients or potential clients, like what are they coming to you with? Like what are they saying their major challenges are, and how do you guys fit into that?
Problems are a lot of times regulators, right? There's a lot more scrutiny right now about what you're delivering, what are you looking at, are you looking at the right things, are you focusing on it, how can you justify the choices you made, the population you looked at, the testing you did, and that's where we really come in and help. We actually we're different from an AI perspective, maybe we'll get into that in a bit more detail, but we're using unsupervised machine learning algorithms and with a combination of statistics and rules to analyze every transaction and risk score each one of them.
Wow.
Right? So we can say we looked at every little line item in your ledger from every angle, and this is where we think you should spend your time looking into it and digging deeper, and this population may be something you don't have to focus on.
Wow, yeah. And so I assume they're coming to you saying, all right, we're spending way too much time, or we're missing things. We're missing some of these, hot spots, if you will, right? Is that kind of what,
Well, yeah, we are used by a lot of the larger firms, KPMG, Citron Cooperman, and they really leverage our platform to do that because we also can analyze up to 1 billion rows. Now, a lot of firms out there are like, I don't have a customer with 1 billion rows. We do work at a smaller scale, but it is a challenge to look at everything.
Oh my
data
goodness.
is growing.
Yes.
These agentic frameworks are probably going to create more data. How do you make sure you have like oversight on your finances?
Absolutely. Wow. You are solving a very big problem. And it's not going to get any smaller, it's just going to get bigger.
Exactly,
right?
That's how we view it.
Right. And so do you want to talk a little bit more about the AI perspective? You kind of hit on it a little bit, I think, but maybe a little more.
Yeah, so you're seeing at the conference right now, AI everywhere. We've been coming for a while. People came and like, AI, what does it mean? How do we use it? I'm not sure we're ready for that, but you can't escape it anymore. But AI is such a broad term. And what you're seeing a lot is the advance of like the LLMs, the generative AI, the agents, right? So the agents they need supervision though. How are you gonna look at them? What are you gonna do with it? How are you gonna trust what's coming out of the system? You know what? Everyone's using it right now, but when we don't know what to do with it, our kids are all going to know what to do with it.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to be born ingrained to be like, how do you use it? How do you validate it? At Mindbridge, because we use unsupervised machine learning, we actually are audited. We have an auditor on our algorithms, and they give the trust to our system.
Okay.
Yeah, so they look at it and say, this is how you use it, this is what you would do with it.
Okay.
They validate that it's surfacing the insights, so we claim it's surfacing, which also helps with trust. So what are we going to do with these agents? How are we going to trust what they're doing? I think it's something that's still evolving.
Wow. Yeah, I believe that you're hitting the head on the nail. I believe that you're hitting the nail on the head in terms of what people are expecting, the power of this technology, and that it is really changing every day still.
Yeah.
Like the whole agentic workflow and trusting it and trusting the results and we're all kind of growing through this together, which is okay. It's okay.
but we're going through it, right? People are starting to embrace it. The conversation has changed. People right now are talking about it. How are our customers adopting it? They're still adopting it slowly. They're auditors. They have to manage their risk across their clients, but they are adopting it. They're adopting in pockets, though, right? So the next transformation is going to be like, we need to connect. You can't be a point vendor. You need to be able to talk to the infrastructure. So we're talking to a lot of partners here about how do we make things better for our clients? How do we enable them?
Yeah, very smart. Good for you. You're not bored at all. you're actually probably tired.
We're very excited. This conference has been wonderful.
Sorry. No,
absolutely.
It is. No, yeah. Okay, so it sounds like you've been having a great conference so far. What are you hoping to get out of the conference? Like when you go back to your desk and just say, oh my gosh, this was the best conference because XYZ, what would you say that is?
Everyone's ready. We've been here before. We wanted to make sure people understood that Mindbridge is in the audit business and we're really passionate about what we're doing with our customers. But people were slow to adopt, and now everyone's ready. So we have a lot of conversations to follow up on how do we get moving, how do we service the end customer, how do we make things happen. That's what the conference has done for that, is brought those things to a head.
Great, they're ready, so you're more than ready,
We're
right?
ready, let's engage, right?
Yes, all right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really lovely meeting you and learning more about Mindbridge AI, and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your conference.
Excellent, thank you for having me.
Hi everybody, Amy Juers from Edge Unscripted, and I'm here with Wayne Hunter of AdTech. Wayne, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yes, I love your shirt. Tell me a little bit about your shirt.
Well, we're actually a booth down there. My marketing coordinator, which happens to be my daughter, she decided that we're giving away a smoker kit, bourbon, and a decanter set. And then my friends in the booth decided to give away the actual bourbon. So she came with the idea that me and my friend that's partnered at the other company wear shirts that have bourbon in it, stuff like that. So got this one, and then there's another one we'll wear tomorrow. So it's just having fun.
That's a lot of fun. I love it. I'll have to come down and see it. Yeah. So that's pretty fun. So tell me, this is your first Engage. Tell me about it. Tell me your experience.
Here's what's huge. The people, it's actually interesting. You know, when you come to these and you want to get in, you're trying to get clients, stuff like this, but it's not just the end clients we're talking to, it's other vendors. want to build relationships, something like that, which I love. So the amount of collaboration, just even opening night last night, typically the first night you're at an event, and you have the opening night, it's happy hours, you're really not going to tolerate there, everybody's just going around, whatever. They had to kick us out last night to log up the actual deal. There's people at the booth just want more and more every day. I've never seen anything like it.
That's great. Good experience. So tell me about your company. Like, what are you guys showcasing here, and what's driving all this interest?
Well, we've been in business for 22 years. We're from the enterprise space. We do IT, but we've got several different things in the house. We do IT managed services, co-managed services, cybersecurity. But what we're really doing here is, about 4 years ago, we started what's called a compliance readiness program, and solving problems around being compliant ready all the time instead of a point in time.
Interesting.
Because normally you do compliance, you get an audit done once a year, there's a point in time, and then it kind of gets out, and you don't know where you really stand. In today's world, people want to know how compliant you are all the time from a certain cybersecurity. So we built a program that's actually helping people stay compliant real time. And we have a whole team set of giving. Some companies you give you the tools and you give our guys to do it. We don't. When you hire us, bring us on, you get a whole department. It's people, tools, we write policies, third-party management. We are your compliance team.
That's really interesting. That's unique, I think. True.
I have not found anybody. I've heard that word a bunch of times from a lot of folks today.
Yeah. And I think in today's world, with all of the different factors that we have to think about, with AI, technology, and just vulnerability, that's just becoming more and more important for these firms.
Well, I think the big word or words that you probably need that people didn't really think about, and AI has really brought it out because how AI can access so much information, and that's data governance and data classification, where for years, hey, I got a folder I put files in, and nobody can get to it unless it's not true. And so understanding what you have so you can make the best use of AI, that's where people have been struggling, and actually we can help with that with the governance part of it. So it helps.
That's great, yes. And it's definitely emerging. I think people are just kind of a little bit frozen or awestruck. I don't know what the right word is.
Overwhelmed?
With all of this that's happening. So it's nice to hear you able to have conversations.
Yeah, it's across the board. We do highly regulated environments, banks, to CPAs, to manufacturing, it's across the board. It's everybody. We've got clients that are doing no compliance because they're scared. They don't understand it. To other clients that we've been doing it for 3 years and they're getting very efficient. And I use that word for a reason. To a lot of people were scared because they were afraid AI was going to take their jobs and make them where they're not needed anymore. If you watch a lot of the actual news, a lot of these big companies that announced their AI program and they laid off a bunch of people, how many people are they trying to hire back? Because AI is about efficiency, not replacement. Because you need to validate. I always say trust but verify. So if you use AI to make your people more efficient, you're ahead of the game.
Right. Well, and using AI helps you get the company grow more, right? Get more clients, more business, and then who's going to handle it? We need human in the loop, or expertise in the loop.
Exactly.
So we're hiring them back. That's good.
I've been going around the country speaking at several conferences about AI, and we started using AI in marketing, which is the easiest place to start. But AI in marketing is phenomenal. It's changed the game for us and how well we get our message out there, because it helped us. Instead of talking, I like to say, I'm a propeller head. I'm an old Navy guy, but text speak. Well, marketing, banks, other client CPAs, they don't understand text speak, but they understand their industry and how they speak. So AI helped us to explain what we do in a CPA's vernacular or a bank's vernacular. And all of a sudden, our engagement grew exponentially. Well, it does the same thing for your business. If you use it that way about who your end client is and talk to them in the way they can perceive the information, it'll change the game for you. That's how you use AI.
Break down barriers.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so tell me what you are hoping to get out of this conference this week. What would you want to be your biggest takeaway?
Well, anytime you put money into something, you want to get money back, right? I mean, that's the simple answer, right? But the first time, and I have a team that goes these, but I like to go to the first one, when it's the first time I'm doing this, is understanding how the community works. To me, it's not about selling a widget. I like to build relationships. So learning relationships, who the people are, and getting that. Once you understand who the community is, then you know how you can help that community and educate that community. When you do those two things, you don't have to ask for business, it comes to you. And so that's what I'm looking to get out of it is what relationships can I build?
And it seems like just from last night it's already happening.
Oh, it's been a blast already. Yeah, absolutely. I just wish my market coordinator's here. She'd be fun to get. Come by the desk because she makes all these stickers. You're going to come look at all the stickers and bracelets and all that. Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
It is. Well, look at your shirt. I mean, that's how we started.
Yeah.
We know you're all about fun. You have to have a little bit of fun.
Oh,
otherwise
absolutely.
the week is really, really long.
Oh, it's tiring. It's not all as glamorous as it's made out to be.
Well, Wayne, it's been a pleasure for you. Thank you for sharing with us. And everybody hop on to Edge Unscripted and learn more. Thank you.
See ya.
This has been Edge Unscripted on the Floor Engage Edition. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed these conversations from the show floor. If you found this helpful, share the episode with a colleague, stay connected by leaving a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.